Hi everyone, so I'm going to start a new series basically where I talk about who am I, and the reason I'm doing this is because I noticed that people who are online that tend to relate with their followers tend to be closer, and I just feel like, yes, I do make these role-playing videos, but it's nice to know who I am as well. So it's going to be a Q&A. This is part one. This is going to be part one because there are way too many questions to ask, and a very long video can be a little bit daunting at times, so I'm going to split it into many parts. I find that the more personal you are with somebody, the better you're able to have a connection. And something I want to point out is that I am going to talk about certain points in this video maybe, or an upcoming video, where you might not agree with what I'm saying, and I'm completely okay with that. Like, you have the right to your own opinion. And honestly, once you get to know me, you're going to see I'm very neutral in a lot of my ideas. So I try to see both ways of everything. I know, there's really no right way. There are things that we kind of agree with, but no one's really the person to say that a certain thing is right. So again, I don't really want to get too much into it about what's right and wrong. That's your opinion, and I totally respect it. All right, so first question. I know a lot of you probably pronounce my name as Serena Valentine. It's actually Serena Valentine. It's my stage name, and I guess when I explain where it came from, you'll understand why it's Serena and not Serena. But in my head, I actually say Serena because I'm so used to the English pronunciation of Serena. So Serena, or Serena, comes from this game that I really love the series of, and it's the Yakuza series. Oh my god. It's so hard to say that. It's the Yakuza series. Okay, you try saying that. Try saying Yakuza and series at the same time. But it's from the Yakuza series. It's from the Yakuza series. And anyone who played Yakuza knows that there is a bar that the main character goes to a lot, and it's called Serena. So that's where it came from. When I played the game, it's like one of my favorite games of all time. But when I played it, I always thought the pronunciation was unique because the whole dialogue is in Japanese. It's very simple, and it's nothing too difficult to pronounce or remember. So I thought, let me take that. And then the last name Valentine comes from, if you guys are familiar with the Final Fantasy VII character, Vincent Valentine. I just stole his last name. Don't sue me. But yes, that's where my stage name came from. All right, next question. Why did you decide to record ASMR roleplay? I'm going to be really honest. I don't really feel like my videos are ASMR. I feel like they're more in the role-playing category, so I kind of use ASMR as a clickbait. I'm not ashamed of saying that. I never liked ASMR. Like, it doesn't relax me at all. It kind of pisses me off more. So when, they were doing, the whole, breathing, mouth talkings, and, in stereo, in both ears, it was just really annoying, and it really irritated me, so I never thought that this is something I would do. What happened was, before I was doing ASMR, I was actually making TikTok videos for SAT math. Yes, mathematics. And what happened was, it was going great, and then eventually I stopped, and this is a habit I have. Things go great for me, and then I stop, and then when I want to come back, it becomes hard for me to come back. So I always search the internet for new ideas, and people were doing ASMR videos for math. And for some reason, when you click a video, it shows on the side, different videos related to the topic. So I saw ASMR videos related to roleplay, and the captions were really intriguing. And of course, they were clickbait, so I clicked on it, and I didn't even know, this community existed. So basically, I was introduced to, the whole world of erotica role-playing ASMR, which I didn't know was a thing, and I'm grateful it is a thing. So, after clicking a bunch of videos, I always say this to myself, but I'm like, wow, I can do this. Sometimes I'm a little bit delusional, and I think I can do everything in the world, so I said, I can do it, and I just freaking did it, and that's where I'm at right now. This is going to be the last question because, again, it's only part 1. But why erotica role-playing ASMR and not just regular situational ASMR videos? So this goes back to like my history. Something I'm very comfortable with. I'm very comfortable with sexual stuff. I don't see like sex or being expressive about sex as shameful. There's a time and place for everything. Like, if I'm in public, I'm not going to be expressing my thoughts because I know there are people who are conservative and they believe that talking about sex in public is not a good idea or something more intimate. And again, I go back to the idea that I respect their opinion. If I have to just focus on my history, basically what happened was when I read a lot of yaoi. I actually pronounce it yao. For a long time, I just ignored the I. So if I say yao, I meant yaoi. So just know I'm talking about that. And smut. So I read a lot of smut also. That relaxes me. Like, just like ASMR relaxes some of you, or you have certain hobbies that relax you. For me, it was reading yaoi and smut. And I started reading in 2014. And then I started with smut, actually. I did like smut, and I switched to yaoi. So I'm definitely one of those fangirls. And I just don't know. Like, the storylines can be really cheesy, but there's just something about yaoi and smut that just brings a different side out of me. And there's like the sexy element. I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it. It just works for me. I still read yaoi to this day. I feel like without it, I don't know what my comfort with sexuality would be at this point. But because of all of this, I feel pretty open, pretty comfortable. Like, I don't feel shameful, if that's something. It doesn't really bug me. And there's just something about like erotica that appeals to different people. You don't have to. I guess maybe just because the idea of being erotic, sexual, it's just so forbidden that it makes you want to do it. Like, when you tell somebody don't touch it and they touch it, it's the same idea. And that's always appealed to me. So I will do a mixture of erotica and situational stuff. I still don't know what direction I'm going in, but everything's been going really well right now. So I'm kind of excited to see where my brain to see where I'm headed, because that's always like the big mystery. But yeah, I'm gonna stop here because it's just an introduction video. There's gonna be more series of a Q&A. So I'm gonna close out with just saying, if you have any questions or you want me to answer anything, leave it in the comments below so I can get some inspiration for my next Q&A whenever I do that. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't say that enough, and I love you all. Mwah.